Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of athletes who are inspirational for all sorts of reasons.
Aubrey, like so many teenagers during the pandemic, Lucy Coyle battled serious anxiety for all sorts of reasons. Now Lucy is back on track after learning a lot about herself. For so many teenagers, the isolation of the pandemic has caused anxiety and depression. For Lucy Coyle, her anxiety started before the COVID outbreak. Lucy is a distance runner. Her parents also run, and Lucy put a lot of pressure on herself to be the very best.
Feeling anxiety for the first time here was definitely challenging. I remember getting on the line at a track meet and absolutely panicking, feeling like I couldn't breathe and worried that I wasn't going to be able to perform. My coaches were hoping, and my family, and most especially myself. I didn't want to let myself down.
5 years ago, Lucy and her family received scary news about her younger brother, Luke. She talked about it during her recent TED Talk.
The doctors had discovered a cancerous brain tumor the size of a baseball in little Luke's posterior fossa. Luke's diagnosis was definitely a challenging point for me. It came out of the blue, wasn't expecting it. I lived a pretty happy, perfect life with my family. Going to school and playing sports. It made me anxious constantly. I was worried that something bad was going to happen again.
Luke had the tumor removed and went through the process of getting better.
It was not fun. I had to get out of school every day at like 1, and I had to go get radiation, and then I had to get chemo. I'd go into the hospital for like 2 weeks at a time.
Worrying about her brother raised Lucy's anxiety to another level. The pressure to win, along with worrying over her brother, came to a head. Then came the pandemic, and this social teen had to spend most of her time alone. Lucy made the difficult decision to stop running competitively and take a break to help herself cope.
It was tough. That was one of the bigger decisions I've ever made. Running had been such a large part of my life for so long that it felt really odd to step away. I knew it was the right decision because it was causing me so much stress in the moment. But yeah, it was challenging. I missed the schedule of it, my teammates, my coaches, and just the general fitness.
Lucy began to use gardening as a way to relax. She would run but not compete, just to have fun. She also decided to seek professional help.
I began seeing a therapist, which made a really big difference for me. It's something that isn't talked about much, but I have grown more comfortable with it, and it's really helped me to reflect and acknowledge why, I'm part of the sport.
Lucy is back on the track team this spring. She has learned to run for the joy of the sport and not worry about being perfect. Luke is 5 years cancer-free and looking forward to his days playing high school sports. Lucy hopes other athletes can benefit from what she has learned.
I think it's important to be participating in sports because you love them and because you love the game, you love to play, you love your teammates, as opposed to the pressure of performing to be the best.
So now Lucy can run for fun while enjoying what makes her relax, gardening at home, being with her teammates, and enjoying her family. As Lucy heads off to college next fall, she'll take with her the lessons learned on this track at St. Francis. Lucy will head off to Gonzaga University in the fall, confident she can handle whatever comes her way.
I hope she does very well in college and beyond.
Yeah, and so many of the teenagers, they're social people, so the pandemic was really tough on a lot of people. So I guess the only good thing is you're not alone.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of teenagers and everyone's kind of going through the same thing.
Yeah.